Yes, yes, YouTube. It is Thursday night. It is the living legend Larry's Lamont Tyson Life Games channel. We are talking Snowfall. Shout out to Angela Lewis, my homie on Twitter. Eamon Joseph plays my homie on Twitter. And shout out to the big homie Movie Bot. That's my brother, my guy from all the way across the pond. And we here to all have a chat about this episode of Snowfall. And Larry already got a hot take. Larry, tell the people how you feel.
Man, I'm kind of worried again watching this episode that they might be jumping the shark with this show. This is the second episode where it really felt like things were sort of disjointed from the show. It almost I don't know who wrote this episode, but it feels like it was from a different series. And it's just, it was a very different vibe. It was shot differently and it was sort of written differently. The whole thing where they're dosing the whole wedding party. I don't know if there's any truth in that. If it is, and I guess it makes sense to put it in there. It feels like one of those gimmicks where they put in a show to try and make something interesting and they go overboard because they don't have anything real to say. And so I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say that this jumping the shark because I was worried about that when they had the Tiger episode and they were able to wrap that up the next week really nicely. And so I'm hoping they do that again with this episode, with this in the next episode. But yeah, I don't know. It definitely has me worried. It was interesting. It was definitely an interesting episode, though. It wasn't like it was not interesting, but there were a couple of parts about this episode I really did not like, and we'll get to those.
Okay. I didn't have a problem with the episode. I was expecting something else, and when they didn't give me what I was expecting, I would have liked to have seen a red wedding, but we've seen that throughout the history of TV. So I'm glad they didn't go with that. So they decided to go with a white wedding, meaning everybody's smiling ear to ear because they tripping off some damn acid. That was something really I've never seen that before. I don't know if that's, like Larry said, a tradition. If that's something people do. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. But I didn't have a problem with them displaying that. And it was kind of funny, all the stuff that was going on in the background while people is hallucinating. And I felt like some of the best acting we've gotten from two people happened in this one particular episode, and we'll get there. Shout out to everybody that's coming in here.
I think we might be disagreeing on the acting thing. I feel like I know one of the things you're talking about, and I think we might be disagreeing, but it's going to be interesting to see what we have to say about it.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm going to play it in a minute. Shout out to all the 100 people that's in here watching us right now. We're only 2 minutes in this thing. I'm grateful. Happy to see you guys show up and love trying to entertain you guys and make these reviews fun and get some of you guys' comments. Richard's in the building. Honeybee's in the building. Montana, HEA, Trey, Goddess is in the building. D-Weave, the whole crew, we all here.
D-Weave.
Larry, let's start out with what I think you're trying to debate me on. And that's my boy, damn son, Adris, playing his alter ego, his conscience. This is one of my favorite moments. Let's take a look and then we'll dive in.
I help people. Help people. My God, you listen to yourself? God damn, nigga. What about Mr. Right? What about him? What about Kevin and even Rob, a man, boy, your dad? And all the niggas you and your little motherfucking minions done plotted on in between. Tiana, Khadijah, Lenny, Carvel, him, her, him, bodies. They're all dead. That's how you help Franklin? No, I made me and my people rich. Fuck kind of life will they have without me? They don't see it that way, nigga. And that's why this whole thing's about to fall apart.
Loved every minute of it. Him, trigger, nigga. Loved every minute of it. Couldn't get enough of it. Tell me why you ain't like it, Larry. What was the problem with you?
I hated that scene. That was the worst scene that I've seen in this series. And I'll tell you why. Because he was straight up copying Denzel. All you had to do, I mean, that scene right there, what he did, that the scene where Denzel was in Training Day, when he was up there going off on him and he was spitting and he was going off, then he ended up with the head cocked to the side. That was Denzel's performance with different words. He just straight up, it wasn't even like that was so spot on Denzel from that scene in Training Day. It wasn't like he pulled inspiration from it. He straight up copied it. He straight up copied all the motions, everything. I challenge you to go back and watch Training Day, watch that scene, and you will see that in this episode, that Damson just straight up copied Denzel entirely. That's why I hated it, because it was completely unoriginal. And if I was the director, I would have said, "Whoa, pump the brakes. You did a fantastic Denzel imitation. We need a Damson, original. We're not hiring you to imitate another actor. We want the original you." There's one thing to have inspiration. It's another thing to straight up copy someone. And that was just straight up copying.
So you don't feel like any of that was Damson Idris at all?
No, not in that scene. Not in that scene. I've seen him act in ways that I think he's a fantastic actor. I think that scene right there did not need to be played that way. Not at all. I think that was an embarrassment to him as an actor, because he just straight ripped off another. That was akin to stealing jokes right there. That was akin to stealing jokes. I mean, he just straight up go there. He just straight up copied another actor.
Look, I'm gonna have to ask you, when we are debating something like this, you got to keep your answers short so I can retort before I forget what I'm gonna say.
My bad. Go for it.
I can't see that being. To me, you could look at it as he paid homage to Denzel, and there's tons of people that ain't even seen Training Day. And I'm not going to revoke nobody's black card if you ain't seen Training Day, okay? But for people who've never seen Training Day, this is your first time seeing Damson Idris act that way. You loved every minute of it. I came in with that lens. I'm acting like I've not seen it before, and let's just say that I did see Training Day, which I have. I still don't think he was 100% Denzel. I saw some Denzel, I saw a lot of him, and I saw the mixture of the two come together. I still saw the embodiment of good acting, from the head motion to the emotion to the way he was rocking it, to him actually having to talk to himself. A lot of people struggle in acting just trying to talk to themselves in that moment, even though they're supposed to be professionals. So I didn't have a problem with it. I enjoyed every moment of it, and that might get him a TV Oscar.
I mean, here's the thing. You're right on one end. If you've never seen Training Day, then you probably enjoyed that scene in the acting because you don't know that it was a straight ripoff. You just thought it was a good bit of acting because you didn't see that was a straight ripoff. If you've never listened to Ghostface Rapper, to Ghostface Killer, you probably think Action Bronson is fantastic too. But he's just straight ripped off Ghostface's whole style. It's one of those things. You could build a successful career on somebody else's back. I'm not saying that's what Damson did entirely. We know that people take inspiration from different folks all the time. But again, it's a big difference between taking inspiration from someone and just straight up copying them. And this one, because I saw Training Day, because I love Training Day, because I've seen the way Denzel acts, not just in Training. Denzel has done that scene in multiple movies. He's done that. Like, that is the way Denzel emotes and does his acting. That is the way that was his cadence. That was his gestures. That was all Denzel. And he does that. He's done that not just in Training Day, but that scene was particularly just like Training Day. But Denzel has done that in other movies. And if you don't know that, sure, you're right. You probably enjoyed it and thought it was a fantastic piece of acting. If you do know it, then you're probably like, nah, this dude just straight copied him. And even if he copied him well, it wasn't what we wanted, because what we want is Damson original, not Denzel the imitation.
I've seen them both, and I enjoyed Damson Idris's portrayal, and I've seen them both. I don't have a problem with someone using someone's what's the best way to put this? Quirkiness or their actions, as long as they can personalize it to themselves to some degree. I don't have a problem with that. And I enjoyed every minute of it. The man went in. I enjoyed it. That was fun.
I agree. I agree. If you can pull inspiration from this or from that and take a little bit of that, a little bit of this and pull it in and internalize it and make it a part of who you are and your performances as an artist, I agree. There's nothing wrong with pulling inspiration from different people, different folks, different performances. But when you just wholesale take that person's performances and just slap your dialogue on top of it, that to me is just a straight ripoff. I did not like that or appreciate that at all. I think Damson is a fine enough actor that he could have played that scene entirely different and still been just as impactful. Instead, I just saw it as a straight Denzel ripoff.
See, now this is why you need to start reviewing TVs and movies, because I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that agree with you, and a ton of people that absolutely do not agree with it.
Well, I mean, you can't talk bad about. You can't say anything negative about black folks before they think it's like some horrible personal attack. And I'm like, it's not an attack on him. I'm just saying I didn't like that performance. I like him as an actor. I like his performances elsewhere, and that's one reason why I was so disappointing, because I have liked his performances as he is. He didn't need to go on this Denzel, rant to, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Now, see, if he would have quoted what Denzel would have said and done all the emotion, I would have had something to say with that, but he didn't do that. Shout out to Sweet November 79. Larry, really, let Damson be great. Sheesh. He emotes on another level this episode. I have seen Training Day, and you can see the compliment, but he ain't plagiarized Denzel. That's how I feel. He took part.
I'm not saying he used the words. I'm not saying he used the words. I was clear about that. I'm saying that he straight copied the performance. That's what I'm saying. He straight copied the performance. It was everything from the cadence to the gestures to the inflections and the pauses. Everything was just a straight ripoff of that scene and Denzel's performances. I mean, I get the inspiration, but I mean, I'm a photographer. I pull inspiration from some of my favorite artists all the time, but I make a concerted effort not to straight copy them. Now, there are times when I have copied artists because I'm trying to understand a technical aspect of the work, but I don't put that out as my work.
Okay. Well, post comments. I'm on Team Idris for that one. Larry ain't. Let us know how you feel. This thing started out with your girl talking to the Cuban national.
B said he's trying to jump on with us. I think he needs a link. He's trying to jump on.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just a second, you'll see the legendary B. Avery. He's going to be coming through in just a second. While we getting him up here, Larry, talk to me about Cissy going and having this meeting with Cuban national. She tells the man they about to have a flash mob wedding, and she don't want him doing anything that's going to involve Franklin. And I'm like, Cissy, my pissy Cissy, what you think going to happen? When they want somebody that bad, they are going to run over anything in their way to get it, and they will tell you anything to make you think they can get to your sweet spot without hurting what you want, just so they can get to their ultimate goal, which is taking down Teddy. Talk about Cissy.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's like I was so disappointed in her on so many levels, especially during this scene, because it's just like, Cissy, you have been involved in so many different things. With, your son is in one of the probably the largest drug kingpin in the country at this time. Your husband's a former Panther. You were down with the movement, and for some reason you think that you get to lay down with the devil and not get burned. I mean, when you got involved with him, you knew when you got involved with him. Right. There was nothing that you can do to control it. Once you said yes, that was it. That was it. Either you go full board or you're going to get burned just like everyone else.
Right. And even though she has been clear, Cissy has been clear, ladies and gentlemen, she does not want Franklin involved. But I feel like Cissy wasn't listening, Larry. She wasn't listening. And my audience, because the dude clearly told her, yeah, go take time. Dude clearly told her, look, I can try to do this without him, but more than likely, if you really want to make this thing work, we're going to have him. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. It's that homie, the big homie, Brandon Keith Avery in the building. What's up, Brandon Keith Avery?
Hello. How y'all doing?
We doing good, my brother. How you feeling?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm happy to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to subscribe to this man's channel. Hardest working person on YouTube, hands down. This dude puts out like 6-7 videos a day. Go subscribe. Check out what this brother is talking about. Right now, we've got him up here for Snowfall. So my man, B. Avery, drop some knowledge on us about how you feeling about this episode of Snowfall.
I was mixed. I'm kind of in between you and Larry. I shared some of his sentiments, but not all of them. I was very worried about the whole LSD drug thing, and I was kind of annoyed by it, but it actually was a launching point for so much character development for all the characters across the board, especially the last 10 minutes. I personally like the scene with Idris talking to Franklin, talking to himself, the new version, the present version versus the old, the bodies. It was fire to me, you know. That right there was the point that made me like, okay, I love this episode, because at one point I was like, okay, this is just filler. Are they gonna just be high at the wedding this whole time? You know, this kind of reminds me of the Tiger King episode. You know, even though they started out great, that 2-episode series, and ended well, I was just like, it wasn't necessary to have the Tiger dude in here in the Mexican gang. They could have chopped that 30 minutes out, you know, and gave us a whole nother episode. But I enjoyed it overall, especially the last 10 minutes. I don't think y'all have gotten to the part yet, because there was some interesting things going on in the background during certain scenes that we may be able to talk about. But yeah, it started out straight. It had me worried, but then it ended up really, really good, and I cannot wait to see what happens next.
So because this review usually stays pretty short, I do hop around. I'm not restricting us from where we go. I hop around. So let's go ahead and jump to the scene you're talking about in question. Break it down for us. Talk about this scene, and let me see if I got the clips for you.
Okay.
Damn, man, you being harassed by females? I hear horns and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. My fault. I'll mute my mic if I heard it again.
No, you good, man. Look. Hey, we understand you got groupies, my brother. We understand. They want to get in your house. They want to get in there, get on camera with you, and do some of the things that was going on in the background of Snowfall. That's what they want to do. That would be nice. I doubt it. They didn't give a damn if we're talking about the same thing, but I don't want to spoil it if we're on two different pages. You talking about the intercourse in the background?
Yeah, it was. I didn't even see that, bro. Somebody had to point it out to me.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, break it down, B. Avery. I'm gonna let you lead in on this one, my brother.
Okay,
boy, they was getting it in.
Well, yeah, Larry. So everybody was high at the wedding. You didn't see the couple in the background having sex?
No, I didn't see them having sex.
Yeah.
I knew they were high, but I didn't catch them having sex.
I didn't see it either until somebody pointed it out to me. But during the scene where Louie and Jerome are talking crazy to each other, they both high and just like, oh, nobody wanted me just for my ass. And he like, I love you. If you look in the background, this scene right here, if you look in the background, there is some doggy style going on the couch. Square business. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite hilarious.
All right, I'm about to watch it again then.
Yeah, right during this scene right here, bro. Dude is straight stroking on the couch.
Stroking. I be stroking. Yeah. That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. So So B. Avery's got one of his points across that some people probably missed out on. I was going to mention it, but I'll take us back to the beginning and we'll kind of shuffle through some of the things. Be sure to subscribe to Larry's channel, B. Avery's channel. Brothers put out good content. Give me a like. We've got 200 in the building. Let's make this thing happen. Oh man, y'all know I had strong feelings for Louie. Louie has been my girl this whole series, and now all of a sudden, her ass is going behind everybody back. Excuse me, wrong picture. She going behind everybody back, and is cutting deals with Teddy to get the drugs. And did you guys get a look at the way Oso was looking at her? I'm gonna come to you for this one, Larry. What was going through Oso mind, and what's going through Teddy mind? Because I don't trust him. I don't trust Teddy.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where, I mean, first of all, I think this was just real reckless on Louie's part. Like she should have just only have met with Teddy. It shouldn't have been with anybody else. She shouldn't have met with Teddy, first of all. She shouldn't have met with him at all. If she wanted to branch out on her own, she probably should just went straight to the Colombians and just bypassed Teddy altogether. But you know, she should have just told Franklin straight up, I'm going out on my own, and went to the Colombians, got their deal, and just started rolling. But I feel like Oso's gonna dime around. Oso is loyal to Teddy, but he's also loyal to Franklin, and he doesn't have any loyalty towards Louie, you know? So unless for some reason Teddy tells Oso not to say something, he has no reason not to.
Nope. I'm with that, my brother. I'm with that. So B. Avery, how you feeling about this situation going on with Oso and Franklin? I mean, Oso and Louie.
Did we lose him?
Oh, you on mute, B? Yeah, he's muted.
My bad. I was clearing my throat.
Good?
Also, ain't never done nothing to me, so I don't have no problem with him. But Louie is getting on my damn nerve, man. She's tripping. You know, she's power hungry.
Be careful talking about black women. You're about to get sent out to the barn.
Hey, we can fight in the barn then. Roll around. She just is power hungry. I mean, I understand that she wants to iron everything out, but there's a way to go about it, and there's a way not to go about it. You know, like if you're really to the point where you're going to go behind Franklin's back, you just need to just go tell him straight up, like, look, this is what the deal is. If you don't listen to me, I'm going to go to the Colombians. I'm going to go to Teddy myself. He's not going to shoot her to do that. You know, so I mean, what can he do? All he can do is accept it, work it out, and go on from there. But her going behind his back like this, and you know, of course, the what she did at the very end really pissed me off. Well, I mean, we already know what happened because she did it in the past episode. But yeah, she getting on my nerve. She doing too much. She doing too much. I'm not saying that Franklin is innocent, but just to answer, like I'm not saying that Franklin is perfect. He's done everything the right way. No, we all know that's not the truth. But
now I'm going to say something controversial that's gonna upset some people. I don't expect you guys to ride with me on here, but I'm gonna lay it out. Sometimes it's just best to keep women out your business and do your thing. Sometimes you just have to, because when you look at Franklin's issues right now, I see you shaking your head, but when you look at Franklin's problems right now, his problems are right now laying Louie, power hungry. His mama going behind his back, being a snitch, dealing with some other federal government's, intelligence agencies. His wife going behind, or his baby mama going behind his back and talking to his op. You also have Louie putting a hit out on a dude that he just made good with. I mean, and before that, you had issues with other women, with the little green-eyed girl whose daddy was a cop that almost got him busted, and she shot him up. His problems seem to stem directly from women. He needs to keep women out his doggone business and just roll with his boys. You can say what you want, but that's the way the show has presented it to us.
We've already had this conversation, Larry, and I already said, because of all that, do you want him to go gay? Would you be better with that?
No, I'm not talking about him sexually. I'm talking about him keeping the women out of his business.
Larry, that's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, but the thing is,
Why is that crazy?
He wants to beat something. And if you take the women out of his life, all he's left with is men.
I'm not talking about out of his life. I'm talking about out of his business. Not out of his life. He can have all the girlfriends he wants. He can go to his mama's house for dinner all he wants and buy her cars and houses and everything. He can set her up with something of her own. I'm saying keep the women in your life, or in general, keep them out of your business.
Larry, that makes no sense on multiple levels. The business wouldn't be still sustainable if it wasn't for the women. You remember back in season 1, he went begging. He begged Louie to come back like 2 or 3 times. Louie, I cannot do this without you. And Louie is the one that helped. I'm not saying that she was the only one, but she's the one that helped him get to the point that he is at right now. When he was shot and injured because a male put him down, Louie is the one that held it down. What else am I trying to say?
Mom held it down.
You know what I'm saying? Louie is the one that set up the connect in New Orleans or Louisiana or wherever.
He didn't want that. He didn't want that connect.
No, he didn't. Okay.
He really didn't want. He really didn't.
But how did it turn out though?
That's not the point.
There has no. Wait.
I'll tell you how it turned out. I'll tell you how it turned out bad. It turned out bad.
It has made them millionaires. How has it turned out bad? How? What episode?
Because what it's done is made Louie feel like she can do stuff behind his back, and it's destroying their business internally. So you can look at it as in the short term, financially, it might have been a gain, but in the long term, it's eroding their business.
Okay,
so it has turned out bad.
Then please rephrase your statement. You can't say a broad brush, leave women out your business. You can say leave illegitimate people out, ill-will-bodied people out, people that are not qualified, leave them out of his business.
That's what you can say. I'm saying what I meant, which was to keep all women. He should keep the women out of his business.
That's okay. Well, you can down. I'll down my hill. You can down yours.
Because that's what the show has shown us. The show has shown us that the women in his life are ruining his business and putting his life and his business in jeopardy. And my point is, he should just simply keep the women out of his business. He can keep the women in his life.
You keep switching it up. You keep saying women in his life. Those are 2 different things.
Okay, women in his life. They only show us the women. The only people that they've really shown us that have been women in his life, except for the one lady who was crazy and went after him and tried to kill him. I mean, you've had women try to kill him multiple times. You had the little green-eyed lady the little green-eyed girl that would live next door tried to kill him. You had the strippers that tried to kill him. You had keep your hate out your hearts, baby mama tried to kill him. You have all these women trying to kill him. And
so ain't no men tried to kill him? Ain't no men messed up in the show?
The women keep showing the show keeps showing the women in this show as his adversaries and villains. And so my point still remains: he should keep the women out of his business.
It's the same with the men. The men has caused just as much problems as the women. Is that not true?
No,
Lamont, is that not true? Has the men caused
Romy has it?
Problem? Okay,
Romy's not causing problems. Leon's not causing problems.
Kev was about to go start a war. And that circle back now in season 5.
Kevin wasn't even a main dude.
Wait. That's a legitimate point, bro. Come on.
He wasn't even one of his mans in them.
It doesn't matter.
He was just a dude.
What do you mean? He was a partner. He wasn't even really
like one of the real mans in them. He was just a dude.
Ivy lost a body. Veronique, he almost lost his unborn child. His mama almost got shot, all because he shot Kevin in the leg and killed him. So that was so Kev messed that up. I mean, we can go down the list. Everybody has done something crazy in the show. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse, and I know you're trying to move on, Lamont, but just to say women, okay, keep the same energy for the men too. I don't. What has Cissy done? She's done nothing but support them. She the one that got out the picture. Get out of here.
You don't need to be here anymore. She just brought an intelligence agency into his house,
and she got him out of there as well.
She has not got about anything. They are still right in the middle of it.
Franklin ain't being squeaky clean. I mean, what are you? She thinks that Alton is dead. What do you expect?
You're asking what has this? Go ahead and finish. Sorry, go ahead and finish. So I can finish.
My point is that it's not just the women in the show that have made bad decisions. It's every character, maybe except for Jerome, but it's every character. So I'm just saying.
We about to see.
Go ahead. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
see.
that other people haven't made bad decisions. My point is, when it comes to Franklin, the women have made bad decisions that have hurt Franklin, and it seems like the show. I'm not saying this personally. I'm not saying I don't like women in business. What I'm saying is the show has presented it as the women on this show have been bad for Franklin. They have been adversarial, or they have been power hungry, or they have just made bad decisions. The women in this show have not been beneficial for Franklin, and that's why I say Franklin should just keep women out of his business.
All right.
I'll say both. I'm gonna split the decision. I'm gonna say both have caused issues for Franklin, men and women. And the tiebreaker for me, what does Unc do? Because Unc is in a bad situation right now. Go ahead, B. Avery.
I was just gonna say, what did Rob do? What did Peaches do? Rob is a male. He went and told the other white guy about the CIA, but Larry don't want to say lead them men out. You know, what did Peaches do?
Yep. We don't know yet.
But
we don't know yet.
What did Alton do? His daddy, he went on the radio and put everything on blast. But you didn't. That wasn't
going against Franklin. He was trying to save his son.
Okay.
He was trying to save his son.
Well, all right.
Well,
even with Cissy right now, Cissy's not trying to save her son. She's trying to get revenge. She's willing to put her son in the crossfire and get him hurt and potentially killed or sent to jail for God knows how long because she wants revenge. At least Alton was trying to save his son.
Yeah, but wouldn't that would have put him in the crossfire too, Larry? That would have threw Franklin under the bus too.
Alton took a calculated risk to say, I'm going to try and save my son. It's going to be, if there's a chance he could get hurt, but there's a chance I could save him, and he took a chance. What Cissy's doing is not even taking, she's not even concerned about helping Franklin. She's just at the very most trying to avoid him getting hurt, and her whole play is about revenge.
So, but Larry, in her trying to get this revenge, as this episode just showed, doesn't that also put Franklin at risk for getting hurt? Because you see, she can hardly stop the Cuban national. It's the same thing.
It is, and that's my point, is that she's being reckless. She didn't go into this thinking, let me protect my son. She went into this thinking, I want revenge, and if I can help it, I will protect him and shield him from the fallout. But her ultimate goal is to get revenge.
Okay, well, we're going to move on because we arguing about the same thing. As my grandma would say, it's the same gravy, just warmed over. One person want to include everybody in the minutia. Larry want to beat up the females today on this show.
No, I love the females. I'm just saying keep him out of his business.
We're going to move on. Oh, by the way, for those of you that really want to see what me, B. Avery, and Larry was talking about, I was going to save the clip for the end. But to give us a little levity in this moment, this is what B. Avery was talking about.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
They over there like Game of Thrones style, getting it in right there underneath the little balcony joint. Oh.
I did not even see that.
Yeah, that's funny.
And so now we've all arrived at this wedding. And got to be more careful. This damn wedding is a mess, boy. Oh man, everybody is in this wedding. This is like a Snowfall season 5 reunion. You got Wanda at the wedding. She looked pretty good in this wedding. They dressed her up. Now, the only thing I ain't really careful with that cross colors dress she was wearing. Other than that, everything else looked fine about Wanda. Louie looked good. Jerome looked good. Leon was there. Avi was there. Oso was there. And that would have, and I'm gonna kick it to you, B. Avery, with Oso being at this wedding, the first thing that came to my mind was, I wonder, has he had a talk to Franklin about what's been going on so far between him and Teddy? Because you know Oso, Teddy's gonna want to know where the hell Oso was at during his wedding. And so, B. Avery, I'm gonna give it to you. Give me your likes and dislikes about anything that happened in this wedding. Just pick any spot you want to go to, and I'm sure I got pictures for it.
Well, yeah, if you just spoke about Oso, I thought it was hilarious that this dude was doing barrel rolls on the ground.
I got you. I got you.
Man. That was
one of my favorite parts, man. I love that.
I never thought I would see anything like that, and I just find that hilarious. His woman over there is fine as hell too.
Oh yeah, she right.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the first time we ever seen Oso suited and booted as well. You know,
He was
usually rocking
suited.
just some,
Yeah.
you know, a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, do what you do. But this was nice. Excuse me. And you also brought up Wanda. I'm so glad to see Wanda all nice and cleaned up because I mean, I thought her and Leon made a great couple. I thought she was gone. After her teeth was blacker than deep space. I just like, okay, there's no coming back from her. But she's cleaned up now, man, and she's you know, doing her thing. And I know Franklin offered her the job, and yeah, look at her, man. She's beautiful. I even forgot that she was in Atlanta season 2. But the thing that made me the happiest is when Leon asked her to go to overseas with her, maybe to Africa. I thought that was a beautiful moment. And I kind of want them to be together. You know, I would be disappointed if this show ended and we didn't see them as a couple.
Oh Lord.
I have another favorite part, but it wasn't at the wedding. I can mention it later.
I think I've got that one probably recorded, BA, because I know we all kind of think alike. Gotcha. So Larry, talk to me about this wedding, how you like it. Are you feeling Wanda going on that pilgrimage to Mecca with Leon after Avi got in his ear and dropped that knowledge on him about the white man? I'm gonna start calling them saltines. I start talking to them about the saltines. Larry, how'd you feel about this wedding?
No, I don't think Wanda's going with them anywhere. But I'll tell you, one of my favorite scenes from this episode was when Leon was talking to Avi about traveling, or when Avi was talking to Leon about traveling and saying, you need to get out into the world. There's a lot of places out there. You need to go to places like in Africa, South America, Central America, places, Vietnam, places where people have fought America and won. You need to talk to those people. You need to learn from them and find out how they did it. And Leon was like, "What? I'm just supposed to leave? I can do that?" It was like he didn't even understand that he had the opportunity to leave his current place. You know, it was like it was just the idea of him being able to just leave the country. He has all the money in the world that he could probably has more money than he ever thought he would have, and he could go anywhere and travel in as much style or in as least style as he wants to, and it never occurred to him that he could just go. And I think that was just one of those great moments when Avi was like, I'm down for you with the revolution. I'm down for you wanting to do this, but you need to go and learn. There's a lot that you can learn. And I liked also he was saying, you know, don't discount information and knowledge just because it comes from a white man.
True.
I mean,
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that people from all over the world of all different hues and all different races and religions can teach us, and we can't just toss it aside and say we don't want that information because it comes from them. I mean, I think Avi has been like an excellent mentor as far as what they do. I mean, they do terrible things, but I feel like Avi has really, really looked out for Leon, and I hope Leon goes. I would like to see Wanda go with him as well, because I would like to see those two, you know, get right with each other. But even if she doesn't, I hope he goes. I hope he goes and experiences the world and comes back with a brand new perspective on life. Because once people traveling internationally changes who you are. I truly believe. And I'm not talking about people taking a week vacation to Jamaica or the Caribbean. I'm talking about people who really take time and travel and go around the world. It changes who you are as a person.
I definitely agree with all of that. Good job.
Yeah, I agree too. and I'm a traveler, so I 100% say that it gives you perspective that you probably wouldn't even recognize, which is why I'm big on people taking time to travel. That's what you need. If you're going to spend money, my people, if you're going to spend money, don't let it be on no fucking Air Jordans or the fucking nicest car that you really can't afford, but you can afford it. Take some money, invest in quality of life, and travel. That will enhance your life more than possessions could ever enhance your life. Those experiences in life are wonderful.
Shit, should we all go on a trip? You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. You know, just let me know.
Hey, I'm always down to do some traveling.
Put it out
man.
there.
My daughter's about to finally be in a position where I can take her, or I might leave her with the wife. whatever, wife can leave her with me. We about to be like that. So traveling's about to be back on our radar. Our passports is ready. We getting back on that road. Now, I'm coming to you with this one, Larry. It was a lot more going on in this wedding. I'm going to tell you what I thought. First, we get a chance to see my man Scully talking to this girl over here at the Golden Corral chocolate machine. And at first, I thought he was going to try to holler at her. And then as the story went on, I got to figure, he up to something. And then I get to see Cuban National passing out drinks and shit. I said, damn, somebody's about to get food poisoning. And what turns out to happen, Larry, is that people was getting LSD. Talk about this sequence of events, my man, with Scully and with old Cuban National. He dressed up nice, too.
Yeah, it still was poisoning. I mean, he did poison him. It's just not in a way that killed him. But it was unclear. It was unclear if Scully did that with ill intentions or if he really felt like he was giving them something special in that moment. I don't know. It's hard because Scully's so weird. He's on some different wavelength. So you never quite understand. I never quite understand if he did that maliciously or if he did that really thinking that he was doing something.
Don't you
unique for them.
He said he did it for Unc. He said that's what they wanted. And then Unc was talking to Cissy and said that he did it. That's what he wanted.
I remember seeing Scully saying something, tell them something, thank you, or whatever, you're welcome, or whatever. I don't remember what he said, but
right.
I don't recall Unc saying that to Cissy that this is what he wanted. But I thought Cissy came to him and told him that everybody had been dosed, and she was like, "How do you know?" And she's from that generation where people were dropping acid and such. So I'm assuming that she had been on a trip before and knew, and that's why she was kind of telling Franklin at the time, just go with it. There is no coming down from this right now. You can't will yourself out of this, so just go with it.
And there was another scene when Jerome and Lou was talking about what they did, and it was this scene right here when they was looking at Franklin acting goofy and running around. Unc was talking to her about how he got everybody hooked up on that LSD. So those were 3 times I seen them have that little discussion.
So okay. I guess I didn't take it that way. I just took it as that he recognized what happened. He understood what happened once it was told to him, but I didn't take it as it was his doing. But I could be wrong.
Okay. B. Avery, talk to me. How did you feel about anything we just discussed?
Scully needed his ass whooped. That was
Lord,
messed up. I mean, like if you want to lace the chocolate, lace it with some THC or something. You know what I'm saying? These people could have really hurt themselves. Like I know it was funny, and we got people having sex, also rolling around. But I mean, for real though, that's just not cool. I've never taken LSD before or known anyone. All I know about it is what I've seen in movies and television and what I've heard around the way. But I just still think that was a bit too much, bruh, for you to do that. I mean, even if you're gonna do that, let it be a regular party. But a wedding, bro, like, come on, man. That's pretty I ain't trying to kill the mood, but I was just like, bruh, come on, what you doing? But to answer Larry, I think it was done with good intention. He was trying to be nice. I don't think he was actually trying to sabotage them. And the Cuban guy or whatever, hey, I'm not mad at him for what he tried to do, but I like how Cissy handled the situation. And then it's weird. I'm getting on Scully for doing it, but it seemed like it helped everybody. It woke Cissy up and saying that she don't want to work with him no more. It made Franklin realize that he needed to get his act together. A couple busted nuts in the back, and that's always good. And so yeah, it's pros and cons.
Gotcha. I got you. Now let me before we run out of time here, we got to talk about V. Now, B. Avery, I haven't had
phone call too.
And talking about with Franklin and your boy.
Teddy.
I'm gonna get on Please Me, Parissa and Teddy, the touchdown Teddy. Don't worry, I'm gonna get them. But first I gotta talk about this chick. And it's on you this time, B. Avery. On my channel and Larry, Nobody trusts V. Nobody trusts her. Now, I've had some wild theories about V, and 2 of them have been busted up, including this one with her maybe in the background working with Kane. She obviously is not working with him because she goes to his little bar and looks him in the face. Because remember, she's a con artist, B. Avery. She is a con artist.
Right.
And she wanted to look him in the face to see if he's telling the truth. And she asked him, am I safe? Is me and my baby safe? And he said, you're safe. And honestly, in that moment, I honestly believe him. What's your take, B. Avery?
I believe him too. I think he's a man of his word, to be honest with you. I like the fact that he put the cigarette out, you know. I mean, it sucks that he shot up the spot on multiple locations, but I can't get mad at him for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Leon and all them, they were off code, you know. I would have avenged my brother too, especially if you didn't take care of the family. So I don't want to get too sidetracked, but yeah, I think we can trust Kane, and I don't like Veronique. I don't trust her at all, but I do respect, you know, her presence in this scene right here. She has some nice authority, and I can always dig it. You know, she was feminine but yet masculine at the same time, and you know, I like that. And one more thing, I am disappointed though, because we got 307 people watching, but only 79 thumbs up. Am I looking at that right?
Oh,
that's not
by the way,
right.
Can y'all give me a like, y'all? Give me a like, push my content.
It's
subscribe
free,
to the people. Yeah,
it's
help us out.
free.
Help us out.
Just and hit him with a super chat too.
Yeah. If you want to, if you're feeling real freaky tonight, you throw that super chat. Now, Larry, how do you see V? Because you've been like me, you don't really trust her. Are you trusting her yet? What? Wait, I gotta see your face. You still don't trust her?
Man, I think what she did right here, was so reckless and so dangerous, and put her and her baby and Franklin and everybody in just that much more danger. Because what she did was wrong on so many levels. First of all, her man told her, no, I worked it out, you're safe. What she did was say, I don't trust Franklin. And what she did was she went to Kane and told Kane by being there and asking him for if she's safe. What she did was went and told him, I don't trust Franklin to protect me and my baby. And I'm asking you, are you going to do it? Am I going to be safe? And now, because, and let's be real, he didn't know who she was before, because when he had that team hit, try and go after Louie and Jerome, he didn't know that Cissy was there, and he didn't know that Franklin's baby mama was there. He didn't know those two were there. He was only going after Louie and Jerome. But now he knows who she is. And now that Louie, another woman in his life, sent that hit team after Kane and didn't get him, because we know that, I think it was in the previews or something at the very end. We know that he didn't get him. Now he knows exactly Franklin's soft spot. He knows exactly how to go get him, what button to push, how to get him. And because he already told her that, yes, you're going to be safe, he can walk right in the front door and snatch her, because she's not going to think anything of it. You cannot put a dollar about, you cannot overvaluate anonymity in certain situations. She should have stayed on that low profile that she had. For all we know, for most people knew, she was just an office worker. She worked there at a real estate firm, and that was it. She should have kept her anonymity. Instead, now she's a target.
Okay, I can get with that a little bit. I agree. She's not trusting Franklin, but she's also not trusting him either, which she made it clear to Franklin last episode. She was like, learning from my mama, I'm paraphrasing, something like that. You can look somebody in the face and you can see if they buffing one out or whatever. So I agree. She's not trusting Franklin. She's not trusting Franklin. She's not trusting Leon, who went and did the deal. And she ain't trusting Kane, which is why she went to Kane in the first place. Okay.
Here's something, Brandon. I know you say you agree with it. Here's the thing, though. If you need to ask, am I safe here? You've already answered that question. You know you're not. When you need to go ask this other man, do I need to take me and my unborn child and go stay with my mama? You already know the answer to that question. The question is, yes, you're not safe. You don't need to be there. You need to get up and get on.
No, that's the same as anybody else doing that. Like Leon and Franklin went and talked to. Anytime somebody's been hit, there's always a negotiation afterwards. That's what Leon and Franklin did. And the thing is, one reason I'm cool with it is because she told Franklin straight up, like, look, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I'm not going to be at the house. I'll see you at the office. Because if she is legit, they have business deals together. I mean, just because they're having a fall on her hair, I mean, why don't lose the money? Millions, that's stupid. That would be a double loss. You know what I'm saying? So of course she's gonna hang on to the bag. And another thing,
she wants the bag.
Yeah, and whether she's a good person or a bad person, which we'll try to find out later. I mean, these are just my thoughts. But what was I about to say? Damn, it just flew out of my mind.
Why you collect your thoughts? Let me just interject.
I'm not mad at her to do it. It shows strength from her showing up. She's not going behind Franklin's back because she already told him she don't want to be a part of that no more. So if she is pregnant for real, I don't fault her for being like, look, you know, you may not know that. The only thing I do agree with you is that he may not have known who she was or that she's pregnant. She could have just been an office worker, co-worker. That's a legitimate point. But I still side with Veronique. Given her situation or her mindset, given the position she's in, I would have did the same thing.
Being reckless is not strong. I think it's easy to mistake someone who is reckless for strong, and that's not the case. Veronique is not strong. She's reckless in this sense, and you cannot compare Veronique with Leon. Veronique is not in the game. She doesn't want to be in the game. She's trying to get out of dealing with them in that sense, and she's trying to walk a line where she's involved with all the people in the game. Hold on, I'll let you speak, bro. So she stayed on that. She's trying to walk this line where she's involved with all the people in the game, but try and stay on the legitimate side, and you can't really do that. Whereas Leon, you can't compare them because Leon's fully in the game. Leon kills people. Leon has men working for him that can help protect him and kill people. She doesn't have that. So what she should do is pack her stuff up and go stay with her mama wherever she is, because she's not safe and she's never going to be safe when she's around them. Her sissies told her that. God knows who else. And her own mind has told her that. The fact she's in that place talking to that man is because she already knows that.
I disagree, but hey, it is what it is.
So I guess we can thoroughly say neither one of y'all trust in V. Even though V did this, y'all still ain't trusting V.
She faking the pregnancy. The nurse at the hospital was her homie.
Damn.
That she paid. Like her
Larry,
costume. You know, the real doctor on break. We're gonna sneak in here at 3:15 when everybody at lunch, and we're gonna turn the computer on, and you're gonna pretend she's a professional con artist. She's been doing this since she was like 7. So that's not far-fetched to me.
I trust two people on this show. I trust two people on this show. Maybe 3, but I trust 2 people on this show. I trust Leon. Okay. And I trust Teddy. And the reason why I trust Teddy is because we know Teddy. We know what Teddy's going to do. We know what Teddy's about. Teddy is about what the CIA mission is, period. That's what it is. He can be cool with you guys. He can be friendly, but he's about that mission. If you step in the way of him in that mission, you will get put down, period. That's it. And people like that are easy to deal with because you know exactly where they stand. So I don't trust Leon. I don't know where Romy's loyalties are gonna lie because he doesn't want to go up against family. But now Louie is his family because he married her. You know, I don't trust V because V's a con artist. She said it herself. She grew up with a con artist mama. She's learned how to run cons. I don't trust her. Cissy's working with some foreign intelligence agency. She can't be trusted. I might trust Avi. I might trust Leon, Avi, and Teddy. That's about it.
Okay. Last point, we'll start with B. Avery. So Franklin is tripping on that LSD. He's tripping. The mama tried to save him. He done told the mama to get out, which was another fine piece of acting by Damson in that moment. And after that, Damson is hallucinating that Teddy's sitting right beside his ass in this picture right here. He's hallucinating. Yes. Only to find out that in that hallucination, his ass really did call Teddy to say, I'm going to kill you. And in that moment, Panty Draws Parissa says, well, at least you know he's not at home. And so Teddy persists to go over to Franklin's house, take pictures and shit, all while Please Me Parissa is rubbing in her Parissa panty draws on the walkie-talkie just to get this dude to take her on a date. Larry, you kick it off. B. Avery, you end it. Talk to me about this scene.
I mean, we know what this chick is about. She's one of those sadomasochist type chicks. She gets off on pain and danger. All of that is exhilarating to her. It's exciting both sexually and I would imagine probably just in every way. I mean, intellectually, whatever. She is stimulated by all of the danger and pain and violence and she's into it.
Larry,
that's what
Larry,
you know.
Would you hit that, Larry?
Hell no. I don't want to be anywhere near her. I don't want to be anywhere near that chick. You know? No.
You be about to bust the nut. She might pull out a poker and shove it right up your hind parts. You be in there thinking, oh, this is gonna be a good one. Shoo.
I've met girls before that are into some of that stuff, and I've just told them I'm not into that. I've just told them straight up I'm not into that, and they don't understand. They're like, wait a minute, you're turning down the kitty? Because yes, I'm turning it down. Kitty is not. It is not like some rare commodity that you can't find elsewhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's more than 50% of the population. It's everywhere. I'm not going to mess with your craziness. I don't want any parts of it.
I can tell you right now what Larry is saying is true, and what them chicks got ain't a kitty. It's Tony the Tiger that we seen on Snowfall this season's what they got, and you don't want no parts of that shit. Trust me.
Stay away.
You don't want no parts of that. B. Avery finishes off. Shout out to Moochie.
Mooch.
Dropping the $9.99. Mooch, subscribe to her channel. Link is in description. She'll be here tomorrow. Finish it off, B. Avery. Teddy P touchdown and Please Me Parissa.
Mooch. What's up, Mooch? Yeah, I like that name, man. That's pretty funny. The Please Me Parissa. I like the panty draws.
How am I hating on the ladies? I'm saying I don't want some sadistic crazy person in my bed. That's not hating on them.
I know she even threw me in there, man. I'm telling you, I have dated some crazy girls. Now I know the characteristics, and Parissa is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
She's not even a little bit. Let's not forget, she got on top of Teddy when he could not resist her.
Let me Avery finish his point, Larry. We done.
My bad. Go ahead, B.
Yeah, I agree, though. She's too much for me. I would turn that down, too. I was turned off when she said she had a dream when she was 7 of knocking out the man's teeth, and he went down on her while her mouth was bloody. I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life. I ain't never heard of that. I ain't never heard of that in a horror movie.
Right, but I'm hating on the women. No,
that's
Avery.
That's some alien type shit right there. You know what I'm saying?
Now, B, I must admit, I have heard of these young girls now who are chasing rich old dudes and don't want them to have their teeth in when they go down on them.
That's completely different. I mean, I understand that. What? I would love to have that for women. She don't got her teeth in her mouth. You get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, she's just too much for me. And the thing is, she's an attractive woman, but that's not everything. Yeah. You know, that's not everything. You know, she's just not for me. And man, it's just so much here because I'm not team Teddy over here. I'm not saying that I'm rooting for him, but at the same time, I don't want the relationship between him and Franklin to dissipate. And he up here calling him while he hot time, but he gonna kill him. So of course Teddy not gonna trust him, so that's gonna falter right there. And then Teddy fuck Teddy, because he up here trying to steal the financials. I forgot because he met it with that dude last time talking about the transactions and discretion, blah blah blah. I was like, who is this G.I. Joe? And now he up here taking. So you trying to steal the money? That ain't
no. He's not trying to steal the money. He's trying to make sure that he can maintain control over his asset. You guys keep on thinking
Okay.
that like this is some sort of real business relationship. What you forget is that Teddy is an agent for the United States government, and Franklin is an
horse crap.
asset.
Horse
Franklin
crap.
is an asset. That's it.
We ain't even gonna go there. Like, well, we gonna just like the U.S. government, just some stand-up agency that everybody can love and respect.
I'm not
and
making
they
a
live with
moral
honor.
judgment.
Let me finish, please, sir. But and Teddy been crooked from the beginning. You know, he been breaking all kind of rules, doing whatever he want to do. He tried to be neat with it, but he ain't no savior. And so nothing good can
No one said that.
Nothing good can come from him breaking into Franklin's crib, taking pictures of papers. You crossing the line, bro. You crossing the line, and it's the shit is gonna hit the fan.
You guys don't understand it. See, whenever I talk about Teddy and I talk about what he's doing, you guys take it as if I'm saying he's doing something noble or honorable, or he's doing. But I'm not talking about that.
Nobody said that.
You just got up there and you can try to say that I was comparing him to some sort of savior or something. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Teddy is doing his job. He is on an assignment from the CIA, and he is doing his job. Franklin is an asset. That's it.
I thought the government had released Teddy. I thought Teddy was rogue.
And no, he went back. He went back to the agencies and worked his way back in. That's when he went and told him this other dude is all involved with business deals with Franklin. He's off on some other stuff. And they said, yeah, you're right. He's got to go. And so Teddy took him out and he replaced him. Here's my last Franklin question. Didn't go. I mean, Teddy didn't go rogue. He went and made sure he was in place before he did this.
So here's my last question, Larry, because I know we're trying to get out of here. Do you really feel that Teddy breaking into Franklin's crib and taking pictures is for good or some selfish ego stuff? Be honest.
Oh no, I think it's absolutely for good. I think Teddy is doing a job. He has an asset that he's managing, and what he's doing is going in there and making sure that he has enough leverage to manage his asset. Because if Franklin ever tries to go and do something that Teddy doesn't want to do, he has all of the financial information that he needs to pull the strings to reel him back in, because that's his job, is to control the asset. He doesn't care about Franklin. He doesn't care if Franklin goes to jail. As long as he can get Franklin to work long enough to keep bringing money in to fund that Contra war, and then they are good. That was all this was about, was generating money so that they can fund a war off the books over there in South America, or in Central America, excuse me. And so as long as Franklin can continue to do that job, he's good. But he needs to make sure that he can control Franklin. And the more money Franklin makes, the more powerful that he becomes, the more you need to make sure that you have controls over him so that you can pull him back when you need to, because eventually he's going to be powerful enough that he feels that he can break from you. And that's not what you want, because he's your asset.
Good defense. He's still a holder.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'll leave you guys with this picture. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends that if they didn't see this, they can come see it on the Life Games replay. Subscribe to Avery, subscribe to Larry. Until that next Sex is Hell video, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.